According to the Historia Regum Britanniae, the history of the kings of Britain by Geoffrey of Monmouth, Brutus of Troy arrived in Britain, then named Albion, around 115 BC. He was said to have landed at Totnes in Devon, where he defeated giants and founded a new Trojan colony, giving the island its name of Britain. The invasion of Canaan by the Israelites was, in my opinion, about 1500 BC, although some scholars put it as late as 1200 BC. Either way, the defeat of the Canaanite giants was earlier than Brutus's arrival in southwest Britain. The giants could have arrived in Britain after their race was ejected from Canaan. By the time that Brutus arrived, they were already in decline. While travelling to Albion, Brutus met a man called Corineus and his people. Corineus was also a Trojan, and he and his people joined Brutus on his travels. Corineus, who we mentioned in a previous video, settled in Cornwall, which was then inhabited by giants. Brutus and his army killed most of them, but their leader, Goemagog, was kept alive for a wrestling match with Corineus. During the fight, Goemagog broke 3 of Corineus's ribs. Enraged, Corineus picked Goemagog up, ran to the coast, and threw the giant from a high rock into the sea, with the craggy rocks below tearing him to pieces. So this story only goes to illustrate that, in legend at least, Cornwall was the home of the giants. There are accounts of actual giant skeletons being found in Cornwall. According to folklore, the island of St. Michael's Mount was built by the 18-foot-tall giant Cormorant, who carried granite across the mainland at low tide. About 300 years ago, the skeleton of a real-life giant was discovered entombed in a hidden chamber on St. Michael's Mount. During renovations of the church on St. Michael's Mount, a small door that had been blocked up was discovered in the southeast wall, and upon opening it and following stone steps down into a vault, the skeleton of a very large man was found lying on the floor. Most accounts put his height at 7 feet and 8 inches. Another account of a giant's remains come from a man called Richard Carew, who wrote the following in 1602. Not far from the Land's End there is a little village called Trebigian. In English, the town of the giant's grave. Near whereunto and within memory certain workmen searching for tin discovered a long square vault containing bones of an excessive big carcass, and verified this etymology of the name. So incidentally, giants' bones have reportedly been found in many places in Britain, but for some reason they've all either been hidden or disappeared, but they're certainly not displayed in any museums that I know of. Another place of giants is Carnbray, which is a castle in Cornwall, which is the site of human settlements that stretch back millennia. It's said that a mighty giant once lived in this place, terrorizing his neighbours. When he grew old, he lay down to die, and his body turned to stone, becoming part of Carnbray Hill. There are rock formations here, known as the giant's coffin, the giant's head, and the giant's hand, the giant's wheel, and the giant's cradle. There are many other legends of Cornish giants such as Bolster, Tregoban, Wrath, Blunderbore, Rebex, and of course Cormorant. In my opinion, they embody the memory of the real giants that inhabited Cornwall in ancient times. They were actually dying out when people arrived in the region, but the memory remains. The Book of Giants is an ancient book which expands upon the Genesis narrative of the Hebrew Bible in a similar manner to the Book of Enoch. Fragments of the Book of Giants were found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Book of Giants sheds light on the nature of giants, who were wicked in nature and were part of the reason why God sent the flood upon the earth. They were the offspring of the Watcher angels, who God originally sent to instruct humanity in his ways. Instead of doing this, the Watchers rebelled against God and had sexual intercourse with human women, who then birthed the hybrid race of giants. The giants were always evil in their ways, and despite the attempts of the godly man Enoch to help them, they refused to turn from their evil ways and acted in defiance against God. So wherever in the world there are stories of giants, there are also stories of cannibalism, human sacrifice, and other horrible things. In the Cornish legends, not all the giants were totally evil, but I think that what happened is that the legends grew over the centuries and the real, horrible, demonic nature of the giants was partly forgotten. They are certainly not to be mourned. The important point for us is that only human beings are made in the image of God and capable of being saved. So thank you for listening. If you found this video interesting, you can find more information at prophecy-workshop.com.